What's up, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Multiverse. I'm Carlos. Here with me, as always, is Matt and Brad. How's it going, guys?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Can't wait to beat Carlos in trivia.
Dude, if I do as well in the trivia as I did on this fucking intro, then you probably are going to beat me. But I'm doing all right. It's hot as fuck here. It is hot. So I'm glad we're just here talking it up. And let's kind of get right into it. The first kind of big thing, or do you want to talk about? Yeah, or we'll go with the news. I like that better. Is the quick little tidbits here. I think the first thing that was really interesting was we got a new look at Shazam's suit. So it was in leaks. If you guys don't like leaks, I'm sorry, don't go and find them. But and the first thing that we kind of got from it was in leaks, and you can look at it now. It looks more. I would say it looks like a better suit. I don't know about you guys, but I think the suit is just way cleaner. The lines, it's less bulky at the shoulders. The lines are a little bit, crisper. The logo is a little bit higher, and the red seems slightly brighter. The material seems nice. He doesn't have a cape, so that might mean we're going to get some CG cape action. But yeah, overall, just real quick thoughts. What did you guys think about? You know what? I'll ask Brad first. Brad, what did you think about his new costume? The quick look at his new costume.
I really like the new costume. I thought they did a good job on the redesign. So before he didn't have the cufflinks, right?
No, I think if I'm remembering correctly, they were slightly different. It's a slightly different style.
Yeah. Okay. But, yeah. So I like the new cufflinks. I thought maybe the suit looked a little bit more like comic booky. If that makes sense, which I think that's a good route to go, especially for the tone that like the first movie kind of set up. I think the DC universe should try to emulate more of that, especially since like it was just such a fun movie to watch, and I think it's honestly one of their best, if not, I think possibly their best. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first movie, and the suit leak has me excited for the second one.
Yeah. So Matt, you haven't seen the first Shazam movie, which is a crime in itself. But what did you kind of think of the suit?
I thought from the little teaser leak that it looked pretty good. I didn't see the first movie, but I do remember what the suit looked like from the previews. And my honest opinion of the suit is it looked like they tried to CGI him looking bigger than he really was. Like that was my kind of biggest critique of it, was it just didn't look natural on him. So this suit looked a lot better. Like you said, we didn't see the cape, so maybe it's either going to be CGI or they learned from The Incredibles that superheroes shouldn't have capes because it can get caught in plane turbines and get them killed. So who knows? But just from the picture, I think this suit looks a lot better than the suit from the first movie, even though I haven't seen the first movie.
Yeah, so Matt needs to go ahead and go watch the first movie because.
All right, I'll be back. Yeah,
get the fuck out of here and go watch that movie. But and then of course I think I'm gonna say in response to the leak, the set leak, the director sent out he put out like a little 45-second to a minute thing where it's kind of just Zachary Levi standing there, and he's kind of in the middle of this like dark place, and it zooms in on different points of the suit that look really nice, and then of course at the end Zachary Levi kind of gives his he starts talking a little bit and he makes it funny as hell. So I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's pretty cool. Like, Brad, did you get a chance to check that out?
Yeah, it definitely it just kind of followed with like the theme of like the first movie. And I mean, for a teaser, I mean, just like I think it was like 14 seconds. I mean, it got me pretty excited for the movie. So I hope they can follow up on the sequel and make it as good as the first one.
Yeah. And thanks for correcting me. I don't know why I overshot it with I said how long. I think I said it was like a minute long, but yeah, you're right. It was way closer to what you said. My bad. Other than that, the other little tidbit of news that we got, I think today, if I'm not mistaken, it was earlier today. Issa Rae has been cast in Into the Spider-Verse 2. She will be playing Jessica Drew, and if you guys don't know who that is Spider-Woman. So we are gonna still be messing around with this Spider-Verse and all these different spider people, and we're gonna get Spider-Man which is really cool, really exciting. I've seen a few of her movies. I think she's good. She's a pretty solid actress, and I can't wait to just see this character, on the screen at least for once. Matt, you don't really know the actress as much, but I'm curious to think like what you think about at minimum Spider-Woman being in this movie in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, well, right tonight I'm coming off as a fraud because I haven't seen the first two things that we're talking about. But no, I think getting Spider-Woman is awesome. It's expanding more into that universe, and it's just another important character that we can see on the screen. We're trying to get diversity as much as possible, and anytime we can have a female superhero that kicks ass out there to be seen, it's definitely going to be important. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, Brad, what about you?
We gotta pump the brakes here for a second. Have you not seen Into the Spider-Verse?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't catch that the first time. Wow.
Can I still be in the podcast?
Oh my gosh.
So anyone out there, we are taking applications. Just hit me up. If you have my number, just reach out, email me, whatever, because we are going to fill this third spot because Matt.
Oh my God.
Dude, Into the Spider-Verse, let me just say, is a really great movie. It's so good. And I know you're that person. It's like, oh, I hear it's so good, so I don't want to watch it and all this other shit. Everybody tells me what to do. I do the opposite fucking thing one and thing two. But dude, it's great. It's great.
All right, so I got homework over the weekend. I got two things I got to watch.
Dude, Into the Spider-Verse first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
But anyways, Brad, what do you think about like her character coming in and Issa Rae being the voice?
I think it'll be an awesome addition. I don't know. I think this will probably be her first voice performance, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm kind of interested to see how that goes. And the voice cast list, performance list, I don't know what you call that, but for the first movie, it was really good. I mean, you had Nicolas Cage, you had Shameik Moore. So I'm interested to see like what kind of other little pieces they kind of throw in there. Oh, Mahershala Ali, how could I forget him? But yeah, I mean, they had a really stacked voice cast. So I'm interested to see what other pieces kind of fill out here. But yeah, I think Issa Rae, she's a fantastic addition. I really like her as an actress, and I'm really excited that we get to see Spider-Woman. I know we kind of already got Gwen Stacy. Not to spoil anything for you, Matt, but like, so now we get like a Spider-Woman. Maybe, I don't know, maybe even a Spider-Girl. I know they have a live action movie planned, but maybe they introduce her at some point to the animated universe. But yeah, I'm really excited for the possibilities it brings.
Yeah, same here. I hope they go like at least 3, give us 3 and just keep kind of building on the world and throwing out all these like crazy characters. So that was pretty much it for like the basic small news stuff. The next thing, which I think was pretty big, but didn't make like a lot of waves or too many waves, was this announcement of another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. Now, this was announced by Seth Rogen. He kind of put out this like thing that looked like notes. It looked like a paper with a bunch of scribbles on it and different descriptions of things. Like he kind of spelled out TMNT with like elements from the periodic table and talked about those elements and what they do. It was just a bunch of random things. And then at the top right-hand corner, it had the date of, I think, God, I can't remember what the date was, but it's in 2023. Now, I guess it's going to be an animated movie. So it's not going to be live action. Looks like they're going to try to move away from live action. I don't know about either of you, but I watched the first 2 like live action movies, or the most recent live action movies, and I enjoyed them. I even enjoyed the ones, the old ones. So I'm a Ninja Turtles fan, I would say. Now, I am interested to see what he does with this, because this can like be really cool. Because I think he's done a really good job with like, what is it? Why can't I think of the fucking...
The Boys?
The Boys. What else did he do on Amazon? What's the...
Invincible.
Fuck, I was going to say Incredible, dude. Holy shit. I'm glad I didn't say it because I would look like an idiot. You know, kind of like Matt did earlier with saying he hasn't watched Into the Spider-Verse and Shazam, but whatever. Um, yeah, like at first, first thought I was like, oh, this has the potential to be pretty cool. And Matt, what are kind of your thoughts on like this announcement and where they could go with this?
Never heard of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so no, I'm just kidding. I'm excited. I grew up in the '90s watching the first three. I think it was three
Yeah.
live action ones. The one where they went to Japan back in time, that movie wasn't that good, but the first two ones I really enjoyed and watched over and over. I think I saw the more recent live action, the first one. I didn't see the one with Stephen Amell in it, but I'm excited for it because I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and depending on kind of what direction Seth Rogen goes in, because these are teenagers, so there's an element of like crude humor, and obviously he's very good at writing that kind of material. So if he's given a little maybe more free reign on how he wants to write this and not gear it towards kids, I think it could be really good. So I'm super excited for it.
Nice. Brad, what about you?
All right, so I'll be honest. I haven't really seen much Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles content. I was a little bit sheltered as a child. I don't know, for some reason it just really never piqued my interest. But I'm super excited. Honestly, I think I'm going to get into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now because I love what Seth Rogen is doing with his like superhero content right now. Invincible. I've only seen the first episode, but boy, it is wild. So I'm planning on finishing that, and then I really love what he did with The Boys. And he's an executive producer, so I'm not giving him all the credit, but he has his hands in these things. So I'm just excited to see the route he goes. I did not know it was animated, Carlos. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. And now Invincible is also animated, and that's kind of like basically like an adult graphic novel. If you guys don't really know what it's about, so I'll be interested to see, like kind of Matt said, how they use kind of like that crude humor. So I'll be interested to see like what his take is on this, and if he goes more like adult centric on the theme of the show. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I mean Seth Rogen, I mean he's knocking it out of the park right now, and I'm stoked to see what he can do.
Yeah, same here. I think the adult thing and like that's really interesting because some of the original comic books, like they're done almost in like black and white, almost very Sin City like, where the only thing that like is colored is the mask and it's all red, and it can kind of be kind of violent. Like they're like beating the shit out of bad guys, and it's really, really intense. So I'm not sure if he's going to go down that road or kind of go down the more modern interpretation of everything and like give each of them a personality and a color and everything, which I hope he does. I think that for me works with Ninja Turtles. Now, Brad, you're not like the biggest Ninja Turtle dude, but it's like I would say if you want to try to watch some, maybe go back and watch the first one at least, like the first movie. The practical effects like are pretty rough, and some of the stuff may be a little cheesy, but it's solid. Then go and watch like maybe watch an episode or two of like one of the animated series. I forgot what it's called, but I'll send you the link to it. It's pretty good. It's one of my favorite things that I've watched recently from Nickelodeon even. And then I would say the most recent two Ninja Turtles movies have been solid. The first one I didn't care for too much because of Johnny Knoxville's voice. He's like he voices one of the turtles, and it kind of throws things off. But then that gets fixed. In the second one, he doesn't voice any of the turtles, so it's cool. I think my biggest thing is I'm hoping the cast ends up being pretty diverse, because I think it would be cool for the cast to reflect, New York City. They live in New York. They're from New York. New York is a diverse place. And I secretly want Raphael to be voiced by a Latino. So that would be super cool. But yeah, other than that, I can't wait to see what he does. This is going to be cool. And I hope we just keep getting more Ninja Turtle stuff. Yeah.
Just one thing, since I did learn that it was going to be an animated movie, and one thing did kind of pop into my head. I hope people give it a chance, because I know a lot of times with animated content, people, like especially adults, they just kind of push it to the side, like, oh, it's animated, it's not going to be good. And I think that's what Spider-Verse suffered from. Well, I think because there's a lot of people that still haven't seen Spider-Verse, and I'm like,
couldn't
what
imagine
are you
it being me.
like? What are you doing? Like, like that. I mean, in my opinion, it's the greatest superhero movie of all time. I know that's that's a hot take, but that it is. I mean, it's like as close to a perfect movie as I think you can get, in my opinion. I just the animation, the score, the characters, the humor, the story, the character development. I mean, just I love that movie. I love it. But yeah, so I hope people give this a chance with it being animated, and I hope it doesn't fall into like that same kind of trap.
Yeah, I agree. And this isn't. It's funny that you bring that up because that has happened before with Ninja Turtles. I think it was like in the early 2000s or like mid 2000s or something. There was one that came out that was animated, a slightly more serious take on it, and it was a movie, and people did not go out and support it, and they didn't go watch it, and a lot of people, complained and bitched and moaned that, oh, this isn't, what, oh, it's not this, it's not that, it's not my, that whole thing, and but now people are going back and watching it and saying like, oh damn, this is pretty good, like it's a pretty good movie. So I don't want that to happen either. Like, if this is good, go out and watch it. Go out and watch it. Give it a chance. Give it a shot. Even if you didn't like the most recent live action ones, give this a shot. Why not? So yeah, I hope he knocks it out of the park. I hope we get some cool cast members. But other than that, it was just like a quick little announcement. So the last part of our show here, if you've been sticking with us, is a little bit of, we're having another trivia night, and this time it's going to be myself, I believe, versus Brad. Matt is going to be handling the duties, so I'm going to throw it over to him and let him explain how it's going to go, and we'll go from there. So Matt, take it away.
Yeah, so I suck at math, so my questions are very straightforward. All questions are worth 2 points, which really, let's just make them worth 100 because there's only 1 point system. And it's going to be 4 questions each. And if there is going to be a tie, since it's an even amount, then we'll go into overtime, which will be perfect fan casting for a character that has somewhat yet to be seen in either DC or Marvel. So I don't want to give away which universe it is. And even if there isn't a tie, I think it'd be cool if we did that anyway. So we'll probably just do it anyway. But I thought we would change up the format a little bit, and I would just ask Brad his questions first, and then we'll get into Carlos's afterwards. So, Brad, first question. What was the name of the hobbit that Gollum killed in Return of the King flashback to get the Ring of Power?
Oh, that's an easy one. That's Deagle.
Correct. Brad, what was the name of the elf that led the elves to Helm's Deep to help Aragorn and all the others?
Are you going to challenge me, Matt? That's Haldir.
Correct. Brad, finish this quote. I don't know half of you half as well as I should like.
And I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve. Like, come
Correct.
on, dude. What are we doing here?
So, Carlos, obviously, it seems like you have picked out what we are doing.
So this was rigged because Brad has never seen Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I came up with that idea the other day. I was like, dude, we got to prank Carlos, and I'm going to ask you Lord of the Rings questions and give you the answers beforehand just to fuck with him. All right, we'll get into the real questions now. So it'll be the same format. We'll go back and forth. You can't steal a point, but if you want to answer if the other person gets it wrong, we can do that too. So Brad, first question goes to you.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
What does SHIELD stand for?
Oh shit.
Oh man,
I have no idea, honestly. I know. Yeah,
take it.
Don't
Take
know.
a shot. Take a shot at it. Take a shot at it.
I can't get the S and the H part.
See, that's the part
Nah.
that I think I know.
All right.
What is?
So, Brad, last chance. Any guess?
No.
All right.
Honestly.
For curiosity's sake, Carlos, do you have an answer?
I know. I think the S is like strategic. I think it's like strategic.
Strategic. I see how I never gotten that.
Strategic. It's not. I don't want to. It's not Homeland, is it? Because that's like. I know. I think the I is like intervention.
All right. Even though you can't get points, so far you're 3 for 3 in the words.
Okay.
It is Homeland.
Okay, it is Homeland. Strategic,
yeah.
Homeland, intervention. Damn, the ELD. I'm lost. I'm lost there.
It's Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division.
Fuck. Fuck.
I tried to make these a little more harder than ones we've gotten in the past. These are more like really intricate details, I think. Not like intricate, but ones that you would have to pay attention to the movies or comics to understand. So, Carlos, next question's for you. Finish this quote from the Man of Steel. You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. What is the next line?
But something like they will eventually join you in the sun.
Okay, I'll give you that. The exact quote is, "But in time, they will join you in the sun, Cal."
Yeah.
So I'll give you that. You basically got the gist of the quote.
Wow, what an easy judge.
Hey man, I gave you the answers to 3 questions. Not my fault. You still aren't in the lead. All right, 2 points for Carlos, or 100 points to Carlos. We'll do it by that. Brad, what kind of doctor is Stephen Strange?
Ooh, he's a neurosurgeon.
Correct. All right, so it's tied up at 2 points apiece, or a billion points apiece. Carlos, in the movie Suicide Squad, what city does majority of the movie take place in?
Son of a bitch! It's oh fuck! It's not Star City. It's is it Emerald City?
Is that your final guess?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck.
Midway City.
Son of a bitch!
Isn't Emerald City from Sonic?
I don't know.
All right,
I thought that
Brad.
was from Pokemon.
Emerald
It
City.
probably is.
We really don't know our shit tonight.
No.
All right, Brad. You can take the lead here. In WandaVision, Monica gains her powers after passing through the Hex barrier how many times?
Oh. Ooh.
3.
Correct.
Fuck.
Brad is in the lead.
That's right, baby.
All right, Carlos. In the movie Wonder Woman, what is the name of her sword?
The God Killer.
Correct. Tied up. All right, these last two, or these last questions, one apiece, are multiple choice. So it's A, B, C, or D. So, Brad, how many movies has Stan Lee made an appearance in? Is it A, 27? Is it B, 37? Is it C, 47? Or is it D, 35?
Wait, what was the last one?
35.
35.
Final guess?
Yes.
Incorrect. It was 37.
Holy shit.
That was my first guess. Damn it.
I tried to give you a little bit of a hint, and obviously the rest ended in a 7, so I thought the one that wasn't a 7 was the one closest to the correct answer. All right, so Carlos, you can you can take the lead here.
Okay.
Also in Wonder Woman, what branch of military did Steve Trevor serve in? Was it A, the Navy, B, Air Force, C, the Army, or D, British intelligence?
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. I am going to say he's a pilot, but that doesn't necessarily mean Air Force. Okay, what was it? Navy, Army, Air Force,
Or
or
British intelligence?
I'll say British intelligence.
We have a tie. That's incorrect. It was Army. It was the Army.
That's right.
All right, so since we're in the tiebreaker, and it's tied apiece, the perfect fan casting is for the villain Galactus.
Holy shit!
Before you got your internet figured out, I told Brad that this was going to be a tricky question because Galactus either could be played by a person or it could be the voice for a CGI character. So I'll give you guys about 2 minutes to think of the perfect casting. And if you want to do it as a person or if you want to do it as just the voice, you better have a good reason as to why. So I'll give you guys until 11:11, and then we'll go with your answers.
Man, this is a tough one. Mainly because like Galactus, you don't see that much of him all the time.
I wanted to make trivia a little trickier this week.
Oh no, trivia was definitely. I appreciated that though. It pissed me off, but you know, I'd rather have it be hard than fucking be too easy. Be a bunch of levels. Man,
I mean, I could have given you 3 Lord of the Rings questions.
Oh. You know what's crazy is I probably still would have missed like 2 of them.
I was going to ask. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were thinking, but I was going to ask if you knew any of the answers to them.
I knew the first one, and I kind of knew the quote. I couldn't remember the fucking elf's name for whatever reason.
Haldir, yeah. Bless you, Brad.
Oh,
thank you,
Brad. I have a question for you. What's Gandalf's real name? Yeah.
I don't know,
buddy.
There's a couple.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Are you thinking of Mithrandir?
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna go with.
That's what the Gondorian, or not Gondorians, but people of Gondor knew him as.
Mithrandir. Yeah, the more you know.
Brad's like, what the fuck are these names?
Oh man, this is hard. This is really hard.
Do you guys have your answers yet?
I have my answer.
All right, Carlos.
Oh man. Let me. Oh man, can I get like 30 more seconds?
I'll give you 31 more seconds for Jalen Mills.
Who?
Pre-number change.
Pre-number change. Dude, he's going to look dope in his... Man. All right. Okay.
All right. Do we have any volunteers to go first?
I'll go first.
Oh,
okay. Go for it.
No.
So I'm going first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So I have been waiting for this actor to play a villain role since his role in a very popular TV show. I am going with Bryan Cranston.
I already hate it.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
But yeah, so basically, I would not do the Cloud for a good reason. I would go with the Galactus that has like the purple helmet and has like the forks pointing out of it. So I don't know if he would actually have like a face. If you put like Bryan Cranston's face in there, or if you put like a different face, but so he could just be a voice actor. I don't know. It depends on the interpretation. But he was so sinister in Breaking Bad. And I feel like he really has like that voice that is really going to drive home the role. And I feel like if you're going to play Galactus, like you're a planet eater. So like you have to live up to the billing of that. And like a part of that is like your voice. And I feel like he has like this really, I don't know if it's like thunderous, but like, it really has a lot of body to it. So I feel like he would just absolutely just murder the voice for Galactus. And I think he would just be a really formidable foe for the MCU.
Okay. All good points. Carlos, do you think you have an actor that tops that?
Now, I'm going to say I think this actor's pretty good. He's pretty good. His voice is recognizable. The actor that I'm going with is Keith David. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are going to recognize the name right off the bat, but if
I know
you don't,
exactly who he is.
He's voiced, like, I think early in his career, he kind of voiced Spawn in the Spawn cartoon. He's voiced different people like the Princess and the Frog. He's been in movies like They Live, The Thing, Armageddon. So he has a long list of acting credits. Now, the reason I'm choosing him is much like what Brad said, you want the voice to be, distinguishable. And I think when you hear Keith David's voice, you automatically kind of know who he is. You like, oh man, I've heard that voice before. But if you hear his voice, that thing is powerful. It's strong. It's noticeable. He's able to command. You know what I mean? So I think as Galactus being this giant entity, being this thing that's constantly consuming worlds, needs more to feed. I mean, you put more effects and like bass in Keith David's voice, that's going to sound incredibly intimidating. And I mean, you go the whole CGI route where it's like a big character, like Brad said, the whole helmet thing. Don't do no dumbass cloud. Don't go that route. Give it an actual face. And Keith David would be able to kind of just really give you the sense of impending doom, because it's this idea that this entity is getting closer and closer. And, a lot of the time his dialogue is maybe one or two lines here or there, depending on who he's talking to. Like if he's talking to Silver Surfer, right? It's not that crazy complicated, but you need something that when he says it, you're going to know it. And I think Keith David would be able to bring that to Galactus.
Mm-hmm. So both actors, I think, are great choices. I like both explanations. Keith David, definitely. As soon as you said him, knew exactly who he is, what his voice sounds like. Bryan Cranston, same thing. I think everybody knows who he is. It's hard for me to say this because I really, really like Carlos's pick, but I think I'm going to have to go with Bryan Cranston. And my reasoning for that is because when I think of Galactus, even though they're completely different characters, think of what James Spader did for the role of Ultron. And I see Bryan Cranston as a similar actor to James Spader, where it doesn't matter what role it is, even if it's just a voice, he's still going to bring his A plus acting ability to that role. And not to take anything away from Carlos's choice, but I feel that Bryan Cranston just has a bigger billing. So it really adds that, like, oh, fuck, like, we had Thanos, we had Ultron, now we have Galactus, and it's being voiced by Bryan Cranston. So it just brings more of that heavy-hitting, we're fucked kind of mentality. But I really do like Keith David's voice. I think he has that very sinister, low, and dooming kind of voice. So that was a great pick, Carlos, but yeah, I'm going to go with Brad on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to lie. When he said it and I started thinking about it, I was like, oh, shit, this is a pretty good one. Because the character that I started thinking about at first was Zordon from Power Rangers.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but like if you've seen it, he kind of plays like the floating head thing, and his voice lends really well for that. And they use like distortions and stuff, and I was like, oh damn, like that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. So even though I lost, I will take my defeat and be respectful about it. Even though I feel this is rigged, felt like it was rigged from the start. But what can I do?
I mean, maybe if you didn't make your little joke about accepting applications earlier in the show, maybe I would have chosen your answer. I don't know, but Brad also did have that. Whoa, you haven't seen Spider-Verse, even though I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, and one of those won like a shit ton of awards. So I don't know. Maybe neither of you win. I don't know, but no, it was a good one. Though I know the questions were a little more out of left field. They weren't like, who was this, who was that. It was more like more intricate questions, like I said. But I thought both of you guys did a good job. I wouldn't have known Shield either, so if I didn't look up the answer, I would have been fucked too.
Oh man, but yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it, and GG's to you, Brad. You beat me this time, but I'll get you on the next one. Don't even trip. I got you.
Valiant effort, Carlos.
Oh, here we go. Now I'm getting.
So
no, your answer is really good for the fan casting. I honestly thought I was sunk because you had a really good explanation.
Oh shit.
So does that mean Carlos comes up with the questions next time?
Fuck.
And we'll like go to the beginning.
I think so, huh?
All right.
I think so. Okay.
Looking forward to it.
The next time it'll be, next time we have a little trivia type, we'll go, Matt versus Brad, and I'll bring some good questions. Maybe even some that aren't necessarily from the big two. So maybe we'll get something else going. But well, that's gonna just about do it for us here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching on YouTube, and you can go ahead and watch this on YouTube, obviously at Inside the Multiverse channel. You can listen to it on most podcasts. We're still trying to work out the Apple stuff. And you can follow us on YouTube at IT Multiverse. On Twitter, IT Multiverse. What the fuck did I say? Did I fuck it up
YouTube.
again?
You said YouTube.
All right, so I didn't mess up the name, but now I
No,
messed
you
up.
got the correct link, but just the wrong platform.
So on
Twitter,
you can follow us at IT Multiverse and let us know. Follow us. Let us know what you thought of the show. Interact with us there, and you can follow us on Instagram at Inside the Multiverse with a fuck ton of underscores, all kinds of them in there. And thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good week.